Here at Holy Name High School, when our building was constructed in 1967, it was built with all electric heat. And we recognized in 2001 that our electric bills were getting up around $180,000, $200,000 a year. But we are proud to be here in Massachusetts, the first example of an urban turbine in the middle of the city, and that sustains our school 100% in terms of our energy need. What I like about it too is they're connecting it not so much to the economic piece, because again for them it's a little irrelevant. As headmaster it means a lot, but they're making the connection between the turbine and the future and what we need to be environmentally aware and what we need to be stewards of the earth.
Well, if you own a small business like a car wash and you're doing a project like the 99 panels on the roof, it's very simple because that electricity stays right on site to generate this equipment, and I pay less on my electric bill. Well, the benefits here are I'm paying 35% less for my electricity than I was paying before I did the solar project. Now, in addition to that, my costs that I built here, this 4 years ago, are already paid for. And electricity goes up about 8% a year. And so my costs don't go up. It's not complicated, provided you get the right solar company installing it. They take care of the permitting, they take care of the construction, so that as a businessman, I'm just saving electricity. This project has worked so well. So I went out and bought 5 acres of land and we set it on the ground.
Bruce is a real leader in the business community by taking the initiative to evaluate business opportunities like this that will also have very important environmental and social impact by helping this country to become more energy independent. This site will actually offset the power consumption of about 40 homes. Solar Flare right now is 25 people. We've hired almost 20 people over the last 6 months, and we're planning to hire another 15 people over the next 6 months. This is the solar inverter from Selectria Renewables, a local Massachusetts-based company. The smart grid is certainly a good idea to allow for the utility company to monitor that real-time usage and match the production from a system like this to the consumption on the homeowner side or the business side will make the utility grid much more efficient and in the end save all of us a lot of money.
We're standing in front of our first LEED certified building. Our second LEED certified building, which is a residence hall, has the distinction of having the first living green roof in the city of Worcester. Our third LEED certified building is our Sports and Recreation Center.
We look at 3 things. One is the environmental side, the second is the economic, and the third is the social.
Part of that was occupancy sensors in the students' apartments and trying to get them to understand that living in a green building changes your life.
Social is interesting.
Some of them like it warm and some of them like it cold. So if a student opens the window, the heating and the air conditioning for that apartment does not work.
And our students in particular are a lot more in tune to wanting to improve the world. And they have developed not only the technical but the management expertise to go out and do it.
We're trying to do the right thing, we're trying to do the smart thing, and we're trying to make a difference.
We have an exciting environment. On sunny, bright days, we will have our staff hook up the popcorn machine through solar energy, which is an immediate gratification.
Up on the roof, there's 462 individual panels.
The idea that we can use solar system and showcase the value of environmental sustainability and at the same time impact our bottom line is really quite important.
Peter Drucker once said, you can't manage what you can't measure. And that's very true of energy. What happens to most people, and schools included, is you're not seeing real time what your energy usage is. So you're reacting to last month's bill. I'm excited to be part of the pilot project for Smart Grid for National Grid. I have 2 teenage boys that are constantly leaving things on, air conditioning, lights, fans, and for me to be able to tell and kind of control that as a consumer is pretty exciting.
Saving energy is sometimes not a big picture item. Sometimes saving energy is a lot of little items. We came for energy management in an attempt to save money. We manage our lights, our heating, occupancy levels, everything through our energy management system. We use it to load shed in the summertime using a combination of our energy management equipment, our cogeneration unit. We help the region when the region is hurting.
I'd like to take you around to the outside of the house and kind of show you the beginnings of the project. You'll see this house was a standard built Cape Cod house. Many of the houses all up and down the street are the same exact kind of build. Green is materials that are sustainable. You'll see there's a little crack there, then that vents the roof. Heat pump is something that draws the ambient heat out of the air and brings it into the house in the wintertime, and in the summertime it takes that air and draws it outside. So there's like 4 inches of insulation underneath this fiberboard right here. But National Grid did have a thing on energy efficiency appliances, you know. And while all the people that were doing the DER project together, we were all saying, how are you handling this? Here's my wish list. I mean, I think if they'd had a workshop on here is deep energy retrofit, here's what these things mean, this is what you have to look at, and like that. Maybe just kind of some sort of educational process. I would absolutely say, you know, go ahead. I'd just say, do your homework.